We are back with another episode of the Full Quarter Talk podcast. I'm your host, Josh Sophie, joined by.
Matas Baranauskas.
We're back. I would say, to you, probably 2 days later, but for us, second week in a row. Man, let me just start by saying, obviously, we're gonna start with the Brunson news, which dropped like just after we finished recording the last one. But I had the privilege of watching Team USA play South Sudan last week, and man, what an experience that was! Like, it was crazy to watch these players I grew up on in person. I'd say it's a full circle moment for me because the 2012 Olympics is what got me into basketball in the first place. So watching these players, obviously at that time I was watching it on YouTube, but watching players like LeBron, Curry, KD, who didn't play the game but he warmed up in person was just crazy, man. It's like truly priceless experience. What a day. Um, Earlier in the day there was like a shooting competition, which me and my teammate hit shots, so we were able to get into the VIP lounge and enter for like this like a raffle. So yeah, man, overall just a mad day. Although I saw during one of the timeouts or halftime, these two people were picked. I don't know if you saw it on the stream, but these people were picked for one of those like shooting competitions like on the court, and like, bro, airball like this guy. So he shot from he went layup, elbow to like tame two spots back and forth, airball. Like it was so bad, and he won. That's how bad. He won on one shot.
Oh my god. Well, it
Oh,
makes sense. Like this is like no
made the
basketball
UK
country.
look so bad, man. Oh god. But anyway, we'll get more into that a bit later. But let's start with the Brunson news that dropped right after we talked about how there's no way he does that.
Yeah, there's no way.
20 like an hour later. Yeah, so Jalen Brunson signed an extension to leave, I believe, 113 million on
Yeah,
the table. That's
insane.
about 100 times more than we'll see in our lifetime, and he left that on the table. Oh boy, whoa boy. How did
Like there's something different. Something fishy going there because ain't no way. Like just how you just leave 100 because next extension you don't know if you get offered the
Yeah,
same
that's what I'm
amount.
saying. A lot of the discussion has been how he's lining himself up to get, I think it's what, when you get to the 10 years of service or something, or
Yeah.
eight, and he'll be eligible for like a huge one then. But nah, it does not work like that. You don't get money back. You never get money back.
No.
They've even been saying I saw because uh I was watching podcast P, and he was there with Melo. Firstly, Melo obviously he's there as a former as a Knicks legend with Bridges. And at first he's starting it off like, he knows what he's doing. Then he's like, I wouldn't do it. Like, what? What? He was even trying to understand, and then I think Paul George says one of the co-hosts said something like yeah, but no, Paul George said, oh, do you think he might make that back just being around New York, and he'll never pay for a meal? I don't care how many meals you don't pay for, bro. You're not gonna make 113 million. And
You ain't eating for 100 million.
bro, there's about how many athletes would you say? There's probably about 10 athletes that make 113 million off the court.
Yeah, like but like literally the top athletes do that. So.
That is that it doesn't matter what endorsement you get, bro. You're not making a and even if he gets that extension, he's still never making that 130 million back.
Yeah, because
Because
to make
he could have had that
how long
and
is it? 5 year, 4 year contract?
I believe this extends it to 5 years, but I'll quickly search.
Yeah, so 5 years, like you 20 million basically. Yeah, 20 million minimum a year is like insane amount.
Bro,
Like
you don't make the money back. It would have been the same length of time. So he would have had the 130 million and that next extension. It's not like
yeah,
he's one over the other. Like
Yeah, and
yeah,
like yeah, I understand like he chose with the Knicks, why to stay with the Knicks because like basically he literally became player that he is today, like with the Knicks. A lot of people saw the glimpses of this when he was with the Mavs when Boone got injured. But like, still, I don't understand. I would I understand like players like that takes pay cuts to stay with the team. For example, like the literally Celtics sign literally everyone at this point.
yeah. But
And
they're saving up,
and
maybe.
then players took yeah that's the thing they just won the chip and they taking little pay cuts to stay with the team to go back to back.
Yeah, not
Brunson,
just that. I mean, remember KD? I think his last contract that he signed with the Warriors, it was I think he left 10 million on the table, and everyone was
yeah,
like, wow, like the sacrifice he made to leave. Which obviously, yeah, 10 million is a lot of money. 113 million,
yeah, I don't know.
ridiculous. There's no yeah. This is terrible. This is on a macro level is kind of terrible for the league as well. I'm surprised the Players
Yeah,
Association.
because it's second apron stuff. They were basically he wanted to help the team, but like still,
He's giving them an excuse more than anything, I think. Because now
yeah.
I'm starting to see front office players saying, "Well, we would have done something, but the second apron, you're you're saving these billionaires 100 like money, like it's so backwards, bro. I understand there's a salary cap, but
For me, it's
still,
so funny when everyone like, oh, like second apron, and Celtics literally, well, they selling the team, they're doing smart things just to basically raise the price of the franchise, but like they just giving money to every single player on the team, and everyone on the teams are just scared to do
yeah,
something.
in a way, the second apron is just exposing certain teams because it's like now it's showing there's teams that are nowhere near championship contenders that are in the second apron. That just shows you're not using your money properly.
Well, Suns owner said like, oh, a lot of teams will swap places with us right now, like in what position we are in. I don't know why he's like what he was thinking makes zero sense. In the West, you're literally not top five.
Swap places to be in the second apron and in the play-in. Damn near,
Yeah,
damn near, pretty much. And you got like probably the most overpaid player in the league with a no trade clause.
yeah, that,
Yeah, but
yeah.
now going back to Brunson, I'm seeing ex Nick saying he messed up the game. Um, look, it's not his fault specifically, I guess, because he's just trying to be a team player, which is fair enough. He wants to be able to keep all of his players. I mean, OG didn't care about that. He got every penny that he
Yep.
had yeah, that was available to him. But as we spoke about before the pod, Bridges Mikal Bridges will be potentially taking less as well. So I get it. He wants to keep his core together. He's happy where he's at. Uh I don't like I don't know, I've been watching the game long enough to know how the story always ends with the undersized player saying, "Oh yeah, we'll give it to you on the back end." Like, yeah, I just don't know if they're gonna pay. What would he be like 32, 33?
Probably.
Yeah, he'll be in his early to mid 30s asking for, you know, at that point, what 300, 400 mil at 5'11. I don't know how that I don't think that's gonna end very well.
Yeah.
But now you got I don't know, there's a few conflicts of interest. Obviously, his dad's an assistant coach. Uh it- the GM of the Knicks is the father of his agent as well. So that's very sus.
Really, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
So I feel like that would make a lot more sense
That's a really
for him
wild,
to get more money than he just basically deserves. So basically, even more,
or do me a favor, son. Like save us
or
some
maybe yes, yeah,
money. Yeah. So, but also maybe it's just like, okay, we've got an agreement here, but I think James Harden thought he had an agreement too with Daryl Morey, and we see how
but
that.
it's Daryl Morey, so it's like a bit different. I feel like.
Yeah, I get it, but you just can't. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, true.
When his contract extension runs out, if another player's a free agent and they're better than him and they give the Knicks a better chance to win, they're gonna pay that guy
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
100.
And if they don't, they're stupid because it's a business. So I don't know.
And the end goal is to win championships. So it's like I
Exactly,
feel
and
like
that's
you
what I was
have to
about
do
to say.
anything. Yeah, you
That's
have
what
to
I
do
was about to
anything
say.
that
How
you can
many
win.
teams? How many teams would you say are obviously they're in? I don't even know. I guess the 2020 era of contender is pretty kind of wide open, I guess. But
Yeah,
how many teams would you say are in their way? Would you say there's five teams in their way
in whose way?
in the in ahead of the Knicks being ahead of a Knicks ring, basically? Possible.
Yes,
Yeah, because
I feel like with the moves they made this summer, I feel like they are potentially second best team in the East.
mhm.
But like, there's first of all, there's Celtics one, and then there's top three from last year in the West, and then you have a lot more teams in the West that make moves that I think they are still better.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Even in
Even
the
like if it's five, like five is a lot of teams to go through.
yeah, like I'm taking the Celtics over them in a seven game. Obviously, I'm taking the Thunder over them. I'm taking the Nuggets over them. I'm taking the Wolves
Wolves.
over them. I'm taking the Mavs over them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like I don't know. I get the reasoning. I get the we made it to no, they didn't even make it to the conference finals, but we were injured. But that's a long way away, man. That's a long way away, and that's you're putting a lot of because you got Mikal Bridges, but you also lost Isaiah Hartenstein, which was a big part
Which
of
would be big part, yeah.
it. So because now you're gonna have to rely on Mitchell Robinson to step up in a big way.
Who is, I would say, quite injury prone at this
Very.
point, like because he's been injured quite a lot like in the recent couple of years. So
And even at his best, it's kind of like it's kind of like the way it was with Gafford and with the big situation that they had in Dallas. Like, yeah, Mitchell Robinson can defend the rim, but he's not the playmaker that Hartenstein is, and that was
yeah,
a big offense having that offensive hub at center. So it's not like an easy switch. I get obviously they're trying to load up on wings to compete with the Celtics, but that was a
to be
big
fair,
part.
I can see a lot of time because Randall been injured a lot. So I feel like I can see they playing Randall at five quite a lot
Yeah,
as well. But
yeah.
did you see the podcast, like the clip where they Brunson and Hart was talking about who's guarding who? And Brunson told that Hart's the guarding Porzingis, and he's just like, what? Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's interesting, very interesting.
But yeah,
Yeah,
hey, good for the Knicks. Good for the Knicks, man. Good for the Knicks at the
yeah,
end. Uh
bad for Brunson though.
yeah. I mean, I can I would never do that, but I can respect it's a lot of money to leave on the table, but at the same time, I think it's a lot of money. But I don't think that changes. I think that changes like the amount of generational wealth you have, but that's not gonna change. That's not life changing for him right now.
Yeah,
Like that. So I can respect that. He wants to keep. He probably wants to retire a Nick with the Villanova Knicks by his side. So uh yeah, man.
and to be
Uh
fair, like the thing is, if he stays with New York for the rest of his career, he potentially he could make that 100 even after he retires in New York. I mean, like because sometimes endorsements go after you finish career as well, like your everything, but
dude,
anything can happen.
I don't know, man. I don't think anyone's making 100 mil after they retire, apart from like unless you got like LeBron, Kobe, Jordan type of pool. Like we're not gonna
Yeah,
be talking about Jalen Brunson
No,
in
you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna get signature two with
bro, this is
like
what I was saying
sketches or
at the time.
something.
No, this is
Get
what
the
I was saying
get paid.
at the time. I was saying they better be giving him. There better be some like under the table, like, oh yeah, you got like
There is definitely something
you better
going
have
on.
like some ownership stake in the Knicks, like under the table, like yeah, you get a couple shares in the Knicks organization or something, bro, because that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'm an OKC fan. I want to keep our whole team together. I would never tell Shea, "Oh, don't take that contract, bro. Make sign for." I
Yeah,
mean,
it's literally go get your bag, like literally every
we've
side.
already we've already got Shea on a discount pretty much. But if I'm Shea, I'm taking that. I don't care, and I'm not gonna feel any type of way about like if Shea takes that contract he's rumored to get where he'd make like 80 million in 1 year or something like that, and we ended up losing Dort or some player like that. Like obviously I'd be sad, but at the same time I wouldn't feel any type of way to Shea about that.
Yeah.
He earned every penny of that. So yeah, man, that's an interesting one. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man. He wasn't tricked. He made his own decision. So just got to respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So moving on into basically what we're gonna be talking about for the rest of the summer. This international hoops, this Olympics. We've had the qualifiers finished. We talked about that last episode, but now we're in the preseason kind of no well, yeah, the friendlies section. We've got I think the Olympic basketball starts next week.
Well, Olympic starts on. I'm pretty sure starts this week, but like Olympic
The
opening
basketball,
ceremony is on Friday, so I guess basketball
yeah, basketball starts next week.
starts next week. I'll
Yeah.
just double check.
But yeah, now speaking of the opening ceremony, LeBron is going to be the flag bearer for USA. I think we talked about Giannis being the flag bearer for Greece last episode, but yeah, this makes LeBron the first USA men's player. Obviously voted by his peers, and it's crazy, man. I was just thinking, watching him play the last two games of him having pretty much game winners. Man, LeBron's pro arm was crazy. Like this documentary is gonna be insane, bro.
Basketball starts in 4 days. It's on
What
Saturday, actually.
Saturday? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be Australia, Spain,
Crazy.
and then Sunday. It's like Sunday is the USA. What I'm saying. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Right. It's because I saw they were advertising it when I was at the game, and so it. Oh yeah, they said it was a week from then. So yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. But
Yeah, because it was Saturday, so yeah.
Saturday. It was Saturday. Yeah, yeah, it was Saturday. But yeah, man, we're not far away. We've kind of gotten a chance to see what these teams are made of. There's been definitely some disappointments for sure. We'll start with one of them in France. As we were seeing it with combination of bringing in Wemby and just the rules of FIBA with them pretty much being able to camp in the paint, we thought, okay, this is gonna be a scary defense to go up against. And that will lead, and obviously Wemby in his own right going into year two. Uh, but nah, they've not been good. They have not been good. And watching them play, firstly, in fact, they watching them play and watching the point guard play, especially, has Wemby like actually appreciating, even as bad as it was in the Spurs last season, he's probably appreciating at least that, like at least having competent players that can get him the ball. But then because it's not been good, haven't really seen the Olympic level Evan Fournier that we were accustomed to. But man, I don't know. I don't really. I feel like everyone. I think a decent amount of people were going into it thinking they had a pretty strong chance of medaling, but
Well, I feel like France is always up there, so it's like, and when you think it's home, they're playing at home,
yeah, exactly.
so it's like, but now they lost 4 games in a row. against Germany, France, Canada, and Australia. So it's like only one game was like really close was Australia, where they then be airballed the game-winning attempt. So it's like, yeah, well, I'm not sure.
It's not looking
Like
good.
it's very interesting to see France like this because I'm not used to that. Because always when I see France, like they've been dominating, like
Yeah,
winning. So now, to be fair, but like I feel like not every team wants to like show their cards just before the tournament starts. So it's like I don't know how to feel because I feel like other teams that, for example, played USA, yeah, USA won the games, but I doubt those teams really try to play against them, especially before the tournament starts, because USA still is gonna be the one to beat to win the gold.
oh for sure.
Like, yeah, but France, ooh, if they don't get the medal, that would be huge disappointment.
Yeah, in Paris.
Huge. Well, like they basically, I would say, second favorites to win it all. So,
Yeah, they've got
or
that.
maybe third. Yeah,
They've
there's
got a home
Canada as
court
well.
advantage, man. They've got a home court advantage. They should not be struggling this much. Uh, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And their defense hasn't even been as good as you'd hoped it would be with the top two defensive player of the year candidates.
Yeah.
Because I yeah, it's just I don't know. As much as they can hold down the paint, like their perimeter defense is just not good enough to hold up their end of the bargain. So now you're
But I feel
getting
like Bilal Koulibaly is the one that has to do all the defending on the perimeter. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But for me, it's good to see because France has been always the nation that kicked our ass. So we're not there, but at least they're not playing well. So I'm happy for that.
so you got your hate watch team for the summer locked
Oh yeah,
down.
100%. Them and Spain, two teams. I hate watching.
Now, moving on to Team USA, the team that are favored, the team that are number one, coming off a World Cup where they came fourth, didn't medal, so they're obviously looking to avenge that. You know, coming in with a vengeance. Okay, LeBron on his Nick Fury. Well, really, I guess Noah Lyles is the Nick Fury. Uh, but yeah, all the players. Okay, LeBron's playing, KD, Curry, and I'm thinking they're gonna come in and just kind of look better than they've looked. One thing I want to say as well is it's really crazy. This is what LeBron going into year 22,
Yeah.
turning 40, and just looking at the landscape of this team, obviously Anthony Edwards supposed to be the next face of the league, or Jason Tatum coming off a championship, but it still looks like they're just. It kind of looks like LeBron save us still with
Well, I
this.
would say first of all, I would say it's Steve Kerr is the coach. So
Oh,
I think
Steve
that's the
Kerr,
biggest
let me just start that. Yeah, sorry, let me start there.
thing.
Let me start there. Steve Kerr is actually a terrorist in this basketball game. Like, I, I've got so much. I keep saying this. I've got so much more respect for Steph now doing what he's done because it was actually crazy. There was a game, the game before I watched. It was Steph was having a heater and just got subbed off, and these rotations are, bro. Like
He
he'll put
starts
on.
three guards.
He starts three guards. He still starts Embiid, which we'll get into later, but he starts three guards. There will be lineups where these other teams will go on a run because he'll just put a no shooter lineup. He'll just be like, yeah, no shooters for 5 minutes. He'll leave LeBron off for like what feels like 15 minutes at a time. And yeah, I really don't understand I really don't understand what he's doing, man. Like it it's funny because coaching can really show like you can have teams they've said this a lot with England with England in the during the Euros, but you can have a team that is worse than the sum of its parts because of the coaching.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's crazy though. It's crazy to see because you've really got teams where everyone on the team is either an all-star, a champion or both.
MVPs as well. Don't forget.
MVPs, you know, and they're struggling, bro. They're struggling. Like it's crazy. But and it's also funny that arguably LeBron and AD have been the best on there, but the Lakers have no chance of winning the championship.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Was it Austin Rivers said, "Oh yeah, they are not
Yeah, I
that
saw that.
far
That's
from
hilarious. That's
like compete like mate."
yeah.
No,
But I hate to break it to you, man, but yeah,
basketball is not two-player sport.
and the Nuggets are a little bit better than South Sudan, just a little
Yes.
bit, just a teeny bit. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've got a lot of respect. Obviously, watching in person, seeing LeBron was crazy. It is different. It is different. Uh, in the NBA, he's not top five anymore. He's in the top 10, but man, when you watch, bro, like you can see there's a difference in the energy of the game. Like you really feel it in person. There's a difference in
Well,
energy.
I feel a big factor is that he had some time to relax because he lost in the first round, obviously. So he like his
But I'm
body
not
could
even sorry, I'm not even talking
get
about
time
his
off.
level of play. I'm not even talking about his level of play. I'm saying like you can see in his teammates how much they look up to him and how much obviously that's more to do with his overall greatness over the whole course of his career. But you can see how much teams defer to him. Like when it got close to like when it got to the crunch time, players were just like, there you go, LeBron, have the ball, LeBron. And it was crazy. And you could see like when he was walking to the scorers table, and you just see like players seeming more relaxed and seeming more like ready to go. Like it was crazy. Um, and it's yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the time. I think I saw a tweet about Kobe when he was in the Olympics and how the hierarchy kind of you kind of see that hierarchy forming when it gets to Olympic ball. But it's crazy to see because LeBron is the oldest. He's the oldest USA basketball player of all time,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, like, and any player we've never seen a player this great at 39 going forward. Never. It's, it's ridiculous. And watching him in person, I'm just thinking like this guy's this guy's pushing 40. Just the things that he was doing. And I just rate that he understands as well that everyone was there pretty much to see him. Like he was really going for it. And it's crazy, just a random exhibition. So yeah, man, for all the hate, for all the stuff on Twitter and everything, like he really is that guy. He really is that guy. Uh, but unfortunately, I don't know how much that's gonna affect the outcome of them in this Olympics because I've just seen other teams like Canada they just look more cohesive. Watching these games, man, firstly, we've had back-to-back games where they're just getting lit up from three. Their perimeter defense,
And
even
they
though
not shooting threes. That's the thing. USA not shooting threes makes zero sense.
but Team USA are making basketball look very difficult, bro. Like they nothing seems to be in the flow of the offense, and I thought that's why they got cut because of the Warriors' offense. But their offense is so bad.
You need Mazula ball. Like they will
ISO,
shoot threes every like nothing but threes.
bro, it's just been straight ISO ball. Every shot, like USA will make shots because they're just that great, but
Yeah,
it's never
yeah.
easy. It's never easy. The only easy points they get is off transition, and most of the lineup doesn't play defense. There's like a few players you'll notice he'll put like full defensive lineups on. You know, you see and obviously Drew. That's a given.
Well,
But
a game against Dan, like in crunch time, Holiday and Derek White were the ones that helped the win on
yeah,
defensive end. So it's like, yeah, makes sense.
yeah, and yeah, there's I can clearly anyone that watches a full game can clearly see why White was brought in. It's not,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Me watching this game, I'm thinking the game I watched in person and yesterday. Um, I don't know if USA are winning gold, man. I really don't.
yeah, like yeah, and like all the teams they played, like so they played Serbia, I believe, like Germany. I feel like, especially Serbia, because they won like by 20 points, and but like in the first half it was close. I feel like Serbia first half saw like, oh yeah, okay, so this is what we're going against. just relax, just don't care about the score, just play the end of the game, and then we'll see in the Olympics because they're playing in the same group. So it definitely didn't show their cards to
And I
USA,
saw
and
a lot of
I doubt USA that think about that way because like in FIBA always if it's friendly, teams won't play everything, all the players, and it. But I feel like with this USA team, like they, well, they believe, but they should that they are like they winning gold easily. But yeah, I doubt that's happening.
Listen, let me just say this because I saw some tweets after the game, after the South Sudan game. Oh yeah, firstly, shout out to South Sudan.
Yeah,
Wow, like the nation didn't exist last Olympic. I mean, not last Olympic in 2012 Olympic. They didn't even exist yet. Like this is a no.
they they did.
They
Unfortunately,
were a
they
year
did.
old.
It was
They
like
were a year
literally
old.
like just starting.
Yeah, they were a year old, and wow, man, like it just makes you really think about these other nations, how unserious they are. Team
Yeah,
GB, Team GB are less organized than a nation that is that is like 11 years old. Like it is crazy, bro. Like a 13-year-old nation. Shout out to Lord Deng. It just shows
yeah.
what good.
I saw tweets that saying, "Oh, but he didn't play for South Sudan like in the international ball." Like, okay, because that didn't exist.
They were in the middle of a civil. They were coming out of a civil war. Like I don't think they were thinking about basketball. Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, it was just it just shows what good leadership can do. And man, he's putting on for Africa, and they've put themselves on the world stage, and it's just crazy to see. Got a load of refugees from war-torn countries that were separated that have now come together for this squad. I mean, you even had some pretty good players that didn't make the team, so that just really shows the level of talent they've got. I mean, they're one of the tallest nations on the world, so there's just so much uh potential and talent that you could get out of that. Um, yeah, man, wow, they really put on. I'll be honest, man. When I bought those tickets, I was thinking, like I wish I could have bought the Germany one because I wanted to watch a close game, but the Germany one is too expensive. And man, hey, listen, man, they made me a fan, bro. Like Canada and South Sudan, my teams for the summer, because
one
they
thing I would
really,
say, like I don't know when it's gonna stop, but we need to somehow cancel Gilbert Arenas. Like it's getting too much.
it's a CIA client.
The thing he said, like it's insane.
It was just straight up xenophobia, like, and you thought, fair enough, man. He doesn't discriminate with his xenophobia. Like, it's not just white Europeans. It's even Africans, even Africans. Like, the level of ignorance. I mean, between that and obviously Paul Pierce and that whatever that was saying that a
Hey,
country
Paul Pierce at least acknowledged that they wanted to basically apologize, like saying, "Oh yeah, fair play, like you did that," and whereas like on Arenas literally said after the game.
after the game, which is crazy. But also more than like because what Gilbert Arenas said was just straight up like inexcusable, just completely disgusting. But with Paul Pierce, it was more so the
I feel
ignorance
like
of it.
it's not just Paul Pierce. I feel like just majority of Americans,
Yeah, yeah. We talk, the ignorance in America is crazy. Like
especially
I
coming to international ball, so it's like what
I
the
wasn't
bear
so
said is not surprising.
I didn't know anything about I know one player that plays in the British Basketball League. Well, former British Basketball League. We ain't got time to get into all that, but but
Jesus.
he didn't make the squad, but he's like in the pool of South Sudan. So I knew that. And I didn't look, I expected a blowout, but I would never say, oh, South Sudan have no one over 6'3". Like how ignorant do you have to be to not know
Yeah.
that they've got like some of the tallest people on the planet. Like what are we
I once again say that's just NA education, how they
This
say.
is a ridiculous take.
Yeah.
Ridiculous take. But yeah. Back to Team USA though. Like, I'm sorry. One more thing. Obviously, they've got a 17-year-old player he's committed to Duke. So and he played in Uganda. So shout out to him. But and also yeah, man, they got yeah, bro. triple double, getting calls from 4 teams in the league the next day, including the Heat. So obviously Eric Spoelstra saw something he liked.
Well, he was on the Bulls last year.
Yeah, I think he was G League MVP.
Yeah, he was,
Yeah,
and he then signed for Partizan.
yeah. And then also they called him like Baby Durant. He was the one that he was wearing like in the summer league a few years back. He was wearing 35. He looked like exactly like KD. He was lighting it up from three, bro. Like cooking them. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think USA, it's normally like this though. I just think they've just reached the point where they're always going to be the most talented team,
Yeah,
but the fact that they just get thrown together a month before, they're just never going to be able to overcome that. I don't
and
think they have.
especially every single year, it's
Yeah,
completely different players getting thrown into the squad. It's not
yeah,
even not single. I feel like back-to-back tournaments that majority of the team is the same.
yeah. Like I just think they're not going to be able to overcome that, and the fact that because the select team thing seemed to be like their way of replicating the rest of the world and having a feeding system, but the fact that there doesn't really seem to be much of a pathway, like a realistic pathway between um junior national team play from USA to select team to the
Yeah,
team. It kind of seems like, oh, thank you guys for everything that you've done over the last 4 years, but we're just gonna pick the all stars.
yeah.
Like we don't care. Um, and that was something I saw that was interesting. I think Melo said it that maybe what they should have done is pick one of the select team players just to show that okay, we are like actually trying to develop our talent here. Like maybe throw in Cooper Flag or something. But yeah, normally it just seems to be other NBA players that are not good enough to play that end up playing in either the select or in the like the other like not international tournaments but continental tournaments and
Yeah,
everything.
and it doesn't help where you literally USA have the best pool of basketball players and you just decide to take Italians to Team USA, Cameroonians to Team USA.
Mm.
That doesn't help other players that say like, oh yeah, they just you will take anyone for to play for USA. So that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, because and also if I'm a USA player, obviously I want to represent USA, but I'm thinking, wow, you just had us. So you got these players that they can't be bothered to like, nah, I'm above World Cup play. And so we're working our ass off to play for you in the World Cup in a World Cup year. But then when it comes to the Olympics, right, what I was surprised this year, they didn't even let them like try out. Because
Yeah,
normally they have like a training camp section where they're like where they decide based on that. This time they were like, nope,
they
like
just literally just select players straight away.
so that would have me feeling crazy, like, oh, so you had us you had us give up a summer to play for the World Cup, but then when it comes to the Olympics, you're not even giving us a chance to play. Like that's crazy. How many
Especially like some of the World Cup players had very good seasons.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just I don't know, man. I just because now the players that they're looking to make big plays for them right now in LeBron and all that, they're not even going to be here next Olympics.
No, no chance.
So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for
Yeah,
USA.
yeah. I feel like one thing they should start doing, they should start looking at the World Cup more seriously.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like that's a big thing because usually it's World Cup and then 2 years later it's or a year later it's Olympics. So it's like we definitely should look like don't look at the like Americas seriously because like there's
Yeah.
probably Argentina only one like real competitor, but
Mm.
like they need to look at the not Olympics World Cup seriously. I feel like that's a
Yeah, and
would be big step.
look at look at if you look at the Redeem team and how they when they realized after they got that bronze, they looked at that whole next they looked at it as like a 2 year process of okay, now we're gonna start the Vegas camps again. So every summer we want a pool of players to come to Vegas, and then now we're gonna okay, you guys need to play in the World Cup too, and then the Olympics. Like I just, it's not gone are the days where USA could just not try and just go okay, yeah, we'll just throw out these guys and we're all good. And also, I feel like we're starting to see as well because LeBron, Curry, they're like on their way out. This current to next generation of players are not even better than the international players. Obviously, there's not one specific country that is better in terms of talent, but I mean, we've done this exercise before where we looked at the players that we consider top 10. Most of the players at the top, I mean, if you just go off MVP rankings, are international. So
Yeah.
there's not like one dominant star. I mean, USA used to have overwhelming teams. You had LeBron, prime Kobe, prime KD, prime D Wade, prime D Wade coming off the bench. Like it was,
Melo.
yeah, prime Melo, prime CP3. And I'm seeing as well, you'll see these tweets about, oh, MJ, Dream Team MJ would never be in a close game with South Sudan. I'm like, bro, like South Sudan is better than some of the South Sudan and Germany are better some of the teams that they went against in like the playoffs, bro, back then, bro.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? Like the world is
It's a
caught up.
completely different game now.
The world is caught up. I mean, whether even how many NBA players outside of Team USA were there? Outside,
I saw that uh, Dream Team went against uh, like 20 NBA players, and now it's like 59 NBA players,
yeah,
or they went against 59 and they're playing against way more now.
yeah.
Can't remember the stat, but I literally saw it today that basically this team playing against way more NBA players.
Oh, literally, like you can now look to most teams and find a player that was at least in the G League, or at least, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, has some sort of connection to the NBA.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how true this is. It says 92 Dream Team face 5 NBA players, and this team will face 59 NBA players.
yeah, I was literally about to say
It's
the
but it's
Dream
by Bricks
Team face
Center,
fine.
so I'm not sure about it. I can't trust it.
We're sourcing Brixton.
Yeah, well, I just saw the stat and
Yeah, no,
like
but
it could be possibility.
honestly, it makes sense because yeah, I think I mean there were some players I think that were maybe college players or overseas that would then go on to play in the NBA. But in terms of
Yeah, I feel
active,
like it's got more like after that Olympics,
yeah,
more people got into NBA. Yeah, makes sense. That
yeah,
would
yeah.
make sense.
But nah, it's just not the same level of talent whatsoever. And you've got talent, it's not just talent, but you got talent that's cohesive, talent that when I'm watching the game yesterday, especially, not as much South Sudan, because I think even that, obviously they're a new nation and they're obviously there's a framework that they're building together, but more so Germany, you can just see how much more of a team they are and how much there's no everything just felt more fluid. You saw players that really know each other, know what like their tendencies and everything. Whereas with
Yeah,
the Team USA, man, like there was just some you'll just see some crazy plays just based off them being crazy talents. But in terms of like the offense, it just doesn't look good, man. It just doesn't look good at all, bro. I'll be real. And just getting more into specific players. So Embiid just looks out of place, man. It just doesn't look good.
yeah, and B it is something else, something different.
AD needs to replace him in the lineup for sure. In the starting line.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That is just a no-brainer. And what yeah, watching live, man, like I got subjected to about 10 minutes of foul baiting in a row. Oh boy. This is what I paid for.
Yep.
It was ridiculous. Um, and then yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, boy, he's been trash, bro.
Well, like at the start, he was like assisting like crazy, and like everyone said, "Oh, this is the reason they took Albert into this team."
Mm.
And then, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because what they I mean Derek White has outplayed him. He's a replacement player. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they're winning. I don't think they're winning. Personally, might be biased, but I feel like Canada's got that. Uh, I think just based on their talent alone, they'll medal for sure.
they
Uh,
definitely should win the middle.
yeah, but basically the overall point I'm trying to get to here is that the rest of the world has caught up to a level where you need to have a cohesive team at least.
Yeah,
Can't just be yeah, it's not an all-star game. You can't just throw players together and just be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna because you've got these teams, they don't have an identity. You see these other teams play, they have an identity, they have a way that they play, and it's clear. Whereas it's very much my turn, your turn, play here. And I think they'll feed Embiid for post ups a few times in the game just to get him basically just to let him foul bait.
yeah,
uh, and it's that's pretty much how the game goes. It'll be that. It'll be random scores from different players, but it'll be difficult shots. Uh, and then it's just okay. It's just LeBron saying, "All right, kids, put your seatbelts on. It's time for me to win the game now." And that's pretty
yeah.
much what they do. And that's just not going to work against better talented teams. Obviously, Germany gave him a scare. South Sudan gave him a scare. I hope South Sudan could medal, but I don't think.
They are in the same group as USA and Zambia and Puerto Rico. So
Nah, it was a great story. It was a great story though. It was
I feel
great.
like it will be probably good, very good games.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not sure about medaling.
nah, but I believe that Canada. I mean, Canada. I don't know. They're a bit. They at least played the World Cup. They at least have the team from the World Cup. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, and like literally, the World Cup was like first proper tournament with this squad,
Yeah.
like with Shea and everyone. So they know, like, they kind of used to it now. Like they played well in the World Cup. They lost uh, in the semi-final, and like now they will be more prepared because they know how everything works in FIBA, basically.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, no one's saying that because Team USA are never going to catch up with the chemistry that other nations have that have been playing like the same team from under 14s, under
Yeah,
16s,
no,
under. No one's asking for that. They're talented enough to not need that though. We're just saying do what Canada did, play in a World Cup and then play in the Olympics. Because then you have a World Cup where you can see each other's tendencies, you see what works, what doesn't work instead of trying to speed run it through in a in an exhibition run like 2 weeks before the Olympics.
yeah,
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Because they're not even just outside of the team chemistry. Like a lot of them aren't even used to the refereeing, and so
yeah,
that's catching me off guard. I'm seeing a lot. I saw that so much at the game of them like pointing up on the monitor, like what's going on? What's going on? Like not understanding that no, the physicality is different, but also you're not gonna get away. You're not gonna get away with these things. Like these rep, these FIBA refs don't care about your all stars. They don't care about your MVPs. Like this is not how it goes. It's not how it goes. So um yeah, just looking forward though to obviously group play starts this weekend. What how do you see it playing out, man?
I'm I have no idea because the groups are very fun, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be very interesting to watch. But like how, I have no idea because you have Group A, which is Canada, Spain, Australia, and Greece. I think, which literally two.
Ridiculous.
literally two potential medalists are going out already, which is huge. So I have no idea. But I can my top three predictions, not in order, would probably be USA, Canada, Australia.
Mm,
Just because Australia played very, very well in those friendlies. I feel
yeah.
like they definitely can, but you never know. But well, at the same time, you have France at home, you have Serbia and Zilch just playing, so it's like, and you have Spain. You kind of never underestimate Spain. So yeah, it's very
It's so
difficult to
hard,
predict.
man. It's so hard. Is so hard. I really just yeah. The only things that I'm confident on is yeah. I feel like Canada win, and I think
The
USA
thing
just
is, when you look at the group, you don't know. Like
no.
if there was at least one team that's not as good,
Yeah,
then
no, it's
yeah,
good
oh yeah,
team.
100%. Now,
Yeah. There will for sure be upsets just based on how the groups, just how the
yeah,
groups are formed. Um, yeah, I don't know. I got, but also on the USA side, I just got too much respect for like LeBron and Steph. I just because obviously we haven't seen KD play yet as well. Uh, that's a player that is used to to Olympic ball as well. I think he's
yeah.
all-time scorer for Team USA, and yeah, he's the most he's played in a majority of the tournaments, or at least the
Yeah, but
Olympic.
like KD won't be playing the first game apparently against Serbia.
Oh, he's already been ruled out for that one too.
Well,
I know he got
there's
ruled. Yeah.
apparently Kerr said that there's potential that he won't be playing. Like
Mm,
a lot with like high possibility that he won't be playing in Serbia.
right. At that point, though, man, if I'm the Suns, bro, I don't want him to play. If it's this bad,
Yeah,
I don't want him playing. What's he playing? What's he playing the Olympics for? If he, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But the Suns have nothing to play for anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's honestly, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Um, I'm gassed that I got to experience a small part of it. But yeah, these Olympics are gonna be crazy, man. And we needed this because obviously the last Olympics during COVID and everything, uh, it didn't have that same buzz to it. I think having this exhibition trail and I think it's just brought so much more buzz to it, and all these players, everyone's playing as well. It seems like so that energy's back. And yeah, man, I'm just gassed. I'm gassed that we even get this level of play, uh, outside of the NBA. So yeah, man, I can't wait. Uh, and it's just gonna bring so much more exposure to these other players as well because
yeah.
a lot of the best talent in the world doesn't play in the NBA. You've seen these. I mean, you saw Ost yesterday. He's one of the best shooters in the world, but
Well, Steph Curry said that.
yeah, he's literally one of. I saw a video the other day on the EuroLeague channel of him. Bro, he shot. He was shooting threes with both hands. Like his form was exactly the same with his left and right.
Yeah, he's very, very, very good.
He's ridiculous. So yeah, man, I'm gassed. And yeah, we continue to follow it along to the best of our ability. I think we can hope. I mean, next week's a streak, so let's see what we can do.
Yeah, and me personally, I'll probably be following 3-on-3 basketball more because we
Yeah,
actually qualified for that. So, well, yeah, I'll be.
man. I mean, I did some FIBA 3x3 work with them, and I probably won't be watching that because, in my opinion, it's just anyway, it's in the Olympic level, so it'll be good. It'll be good. Let
Oh yeah, it's a different
Never
level.
mind, never mind. I saw some like regional and national ones, and it kind of took away my will for basketball for a little bit. Some of the
And
games.
it was UK as well. Yeah,
Yeah, but
so it's yeah, it'll be different level.
Olympic level
Trust
would
me.
be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey man, loads of hoops. Can't wait. But as for this episode, I've been Josh Masoti.
Matas Baranauskas.
That's a wrap. Yeah.